Yo, what is up you guys? It's your boy Swag-kun back at it again with another video, and today we're going to be doing a top 10 LR tier list. Now, I'm not going to be doing the carnivals and then Dokkan Fest and Yellow Coin. Those will be their own separate videos. This is everybody in Dokkan. The top 10 LRs point blank period. That's it. It's for my new players, returning players, players who just want to watch. I got y'all, bro. So please, if you guys have any opinions on this, drop it down in the comments. I would love to hear it when this video is over. And on top of that, every tier list is purely subjective. There is no full objective definitive top one. I might say someone is top one, you might say someone is top one. It's all good, baby. I love that shit. I want to hear it in the comment section. So right now the game is in an amazing place where we have so many great units. So I'm gonna do a top 10, but I had to do an honorable mention just because there's so many great units that I feel guilty not even mentioning them because they're so good, and I almost feel like there's an argument for every one of these units to be in the top 10 to replace somebody, and I'm sure some of y'all are gonna say that, but it's all good. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it with the first honorable mention. We got Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta with his EZA. He's an amazing unit. He does like a million attack stats every time you throw his ass on a team. Now, he has to basically be on a Majin Buu Saga team. Granted, Majin Buu Saga is in the best place it's ever been ever, like in the history of the game. So right now, he is an amazing unit. He does stupid damage. 50 million attack stat, 40, 30, 20 minimum. All the fucking time. The only problem is he's heavily restricted. Like, you don't get his max potential unless he's basically paired up with a Super Saiyan Goku on the team. And especially when he's on like the same turn, you know what I'm saying? Like, to get his unit super attack, you need a Goku on the same turn. So you're most likely gonna need more than one Super Saiyan Majin Buu Saga Goku, you know what I'm saying? But obviously you're not gonna throw a Majin Buu Saga Goku on fucking movie heroes most of the time. You want to have multiple of those Gokus to get his max potential most of the time. But super crazy damage, tanks pretty decently in slot 2. He's not a slot 1 unit, slot 2, slot 3, but you can definitely depend on him to be clapping everyone's cheeks with damage. So for that reason, honorable mention. These are no order, by the way. Next up on the honorable mention, we got the boy Cell Max. I stole the Truth DT's tier list on this, so shout out to you, my boy. I had to borrow it, but he had no Cell Max, so that's why he's cropped all shitty right here. I just screenshotted it off my laptop. You know what I'm saying? We got no PCs, we got laptops out here, so whatever. Y'all see it. That's what it is. Cell Max, honorable mention. Crazy how, unfortunately, how fast he fell off after the Worldwide Download celebration, but don't get it twisted. This man is still clapping cheeks and multiple at a time with his AoE super attack, bro. This man tanks, he gives ki, he has a team saving mechanic, right? He has the taunt, so he has an active skill, first of all, that does a million damage, and on top of that, he's basically untouchable with that active skill. He has the same thing that Beast has, you know what I'm saying? So this man is insane. I think he's honestly underrated right now, because people treat his restriction like it's damn near impossible to do. It's really not. It's really not. You get all movie bosses on there. All super bosses isn't that great anymore. Artificial life forms, you know, they're coming up right now. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely fits best on like Tech Broly's team. You put him on there, I promise he's going crazy. Goku and Frieza fight, he's going crazy. Damn near every fight, he's going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I really like Cell Max. He's honestly a little underrated, but he's definitely going in the honorable mentions. Next up in the honorable mentions, we are throwing in the Gogeta. Now, stick with me. A lot of y'all Gogeta glazers. Hey, I'm a Gogeta glazer too. But when y'all see the top 10, you guys will understand why. He's crazy. In his base form, he's not super amazing. He makes rainbow orbs, obviously incredible. Right, he does pretty good damage, but in base form he can sometimes get clapped, you know what I'm saying? Especially right now with all these bosses coming out, and that will be coming out on anniversary like we've seen. If he gets locked in slot 1, he's cooked. Like, there's nothing you can do. You have to just pray to God that your hidden potential dodges will activate. But when he gets to Super Saiyan Blue, nasty, bro. Team Protector mechanic, he taunts and dodges everything 100% of the time. Does crazy damage. He's super dependable with his dodge. I personally haven't had a problem with him in Super Saiyan Blue, so for that reason, honorable mention. Next up, we got Jiren, AGL Jiren. He was super underrated. Now that we synced up, like Global and JP have synced up, a lot of people are starting to see his value, right? He's insane. Okay, base form, nah, right? Most people in base form, if they transform, are not super crazy. That's Jiren. Standby, no one is clapping his cheeks. His shit is glued shut. Ain't no one getting in there, bro. He is tanking everything with like single digit, double digit damage, no matter what it is, bro. Standby is nasty, and when he transforms, he's just doing incredible damage. I mean, the only problem is he's not really on any teams except for Universe Survival Saga, my fault. Which is an amazing team right now, don't get me wrong. But once like his team variety opens up a little bit more, then I feel like he might be able to bump up a little bit. But as of right now, he's still an honorable mention and an amazing unit, and some might even argue he's in the top 10. I respect that, bro. I respect that. And finally, the last honorable mention, Evolution Blue Vegeta, which is insane because he's such an incredible unit even now. And I still feel like when you guys see the top 10, you guys are gonna be like, hey, I can't even blame you, bro. For real, like, this man outshines a lot of characters, and he's just an easy A unit. He tanks great. He obviously doesn't tank as well as he did when he first dropped with his easy A because of the Go Frieza fight, the Bulma fight, right? Those type of things. But don't sleep on this man, bro. This man, he cooks, and he's on a lot of amazing teams. So this man, his revival skill, once you get his revival skill, easy money, bro. He's clapping everyone's cheeks. Easy 10, 11, 12 million. He's tanking everything. He has a revival mechanic. Just a nasty unit overall. So I love Evolution Blue Vegeta. Some might argue he's in top 10. I respect that. Now, let's get into the top 10. At number 10, we gotta throw in my boy, AGL MUI Goku. Goku is like my favorite, bro, because as long as you are not facing Golden Frieza and 17, you're good. Like damn near 100% dodge first turn, and then he dodges fucking everything, bro. Dodges everything. Easy 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 million attack every single time with the crit. You know what I'm saying? And he has the revival, which is super easy to pull off. You throw him in slot 1 and an enemy attacks like 4 or 5 times, you're getting the revival next turn damn near. You know what I'm saying? So super reliable. I love him on the team. Does insane damage. I love everything about MUI Goku. The only problem is obviously now we're having dodge canceling. So in the Goku Frieza fight, dodge cancel, he is getting clapped. Without dodge, he's really like a dodge or die. But he dodges so fucking much that in every other fight, he's amazing. But because of like the dodge canceling, I had to drop him down a little bit. But he's still top 10. Like, obviously Vegeta would be better in that slot for that specific fight. But 90% of the time, Goku's better than Vegeta. For me personally. So that's why he's in top 10. Next up, in slot number 9, we are putting Tech UI. A lot of people put Tech UI under AGL, but let's be real. Once Tech UI dodges very good in his base form and does decent damage, right? Once he transforms, he's better than AGL MUI, and he completely negates dodge canceling. Goku, well, AGL MUI Goku, gets cooked either way. Tech UI, if you get his domain up, he allows Goku to dodge, and Tech UI dodges and he counters. You fill him up with just crit, he's countering for, he might not hit 10 mil with Goku and Frieza, but every other fight, 8 mil, 8 mil, 8 mil, 8 mil, 9 mil, sometimes 10 mil, 6 mil with just counters, bro. He's nasty, and I feel like he's super underrated in this game, which is crazy, because when he dropped, everyone was fucking jerking him off insane. So I love Tech UI, and I think he's underrated, so he's going in number 9. At number 8, we are gonna put, where's his ass at? Here we go, It Broly. There's a lot of you Broly, I love Broly, bro, don't get me wrong, I love Broly. But he is very restricted to his team. When he is on his team of uncontrollable power, he's nasty. At max potential, he's up there like top 5, bro, for sure. But the problem is, you need to run him on a full uncontrollable power team, which most of the time is just all Broly's, Janemba, Cell Max. That's basically it. Like, he doesn't have a lot of options, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he should have been a Carnival, just straight 200% uncontrollable power, because you can't really use the flexibility of his leader skill, because he needs all those uncontrollable power units to be good. But when he is at his peak, revival skill, changes orbs, team protector mechanic, does nasty damage, has an active skill. He's a domain. He's just crazy, bro. But because of all of the restrictions in order to get there, like for a new player, it's gonna be very difficult to use him if you don't have damn near the full Broly team. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, he is so good that I had to put him above Tech UI in the UIs. But because it takes so much to get there, I'm gonna have to drop him a little bit, slot number 8. So next up at number 7, we are gonna throw in Super Saiyan Gotenks. I love Gotenks, all right? He's nasty, does stupid damage, has an insane, his damage is insane. First of all, let's just get that out of the way. Stupid damage. If he gets hit with a Ki Blast Super, he has like, I believe it's like a 70% or a 59% or some shit like that. Point is, he's gonna tank it, he's gonna get hit, he's not gonna take a lot of damage, and then he's gonna counter attack with a fucking 9 million damage fucking counter. So he's nasty, bro. He has a lot of great defense. He does a lot of damage. He can tank in slot 1 for a few turns. After that, you gotta throw him in slot 2, slot 3. But overall, just a nasty unit. Changes rainbow orbs. He has an active skill, which does a lot of damage. Overall, he's just a very, very, very good unit. But I do feel like, look, he's amazing, don't get me wrong. But I do feel like a lot of people overrate him a little bit. And I love Gotenks, but I do feel people overrate him a little. He's great in short fights. As the fight goes on longer, you can't throw him in slot 1 no more. So that utility kind of dissipates as the fight goes on, which is fine. A lot of units are like that, but you guys will see why. The rest of these, you know what I'm saying, they just add a little bit more value. But Gotenks, amazing unit. And he leads 200% Majin Buu Saga, which is the top 3 team right now. But anyways, that's Gotenks. Amazing unit, but he is going to be in the number 7 slot. So next up, we got the boy Janemba in the number 6 spot. Right now, he is one of the most underrated units in the whole game. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. Janemba does, yes, he has to build up, but if you like throw on some additional on him, he's gonna build up by the time the first turn is done. You throw him in slot 2 or 3 is obviously where he needs to be, but you put additionals on him, he does 2, 3, 4, 5 supers. He's stacking like crazy, and especially in long fights like the Goku and Frieza fight, the Bulma fight. By the time you get towards the end, this dude is easily throwing out like 10, 11, 12, 13 million supers, bro. Crits, everything, money all day. This man is nasty. He tanks very well in slot 2 and slot 3, and he also has a rage mode. So that completely negates a boss's super attack. So let's say you're going against Goku and Frieza. You throw him in slot 1. When he has his rage activated, they use their super attack. He takes 0 damage, changes all key spheres to yellow or physical or whatever, does stupid damage for like a turn. And let's say you're on turn 10. You're on turn 10, he goes into rage mode, they use their super, you finish using his supers doing hella damage, and then you revert back to normal. You're still on turn 10, which means Goku and Frieza are not gonna super that turn anymore. You got rid of their super, you're safe, you're clear. Now you can go ahead and clap their cheeks with anybody else that you got right there. Stupid damage, great stacking, great capabilities to protect the team. If you're like, if they have like the boss has this much health and they're gonna super you, he goes into rage, easy money, bro. An amazing unit. I love Janemba, and he negates unarmed super attacks. So he'll just take 0 damage straight up. I think it's unarmed, right? Or Ki Blast. I don't remember. One of those two. Anyways, that's Janemba. Let's go ahead and get straight into the number 5 spot. These are the top 5 units in Dokkan. LRs though. LRs. In my opinion. Next up, we got the boy. Now before I say anything, I am a Gohan certified glazer. I am doing tricks on Gohan. He's my favorite character. But I gotta take a step back. And I gotta say, this man, Kamehameha Gohan, is a little overrated. A little bit. Like, y'all be throwing him in number 1. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You put him turn 1, put him in slot 1, he's getting clapped. Right? Now, Gohan easily hits like 99 million. Standby, right? You go into his standby, you know what I'm saying? Okay, his damage, he is probably the hardest hitting unit in the game. He has the hardest hitting standby in the game, I should say. And he does a lot of damage, but you cannot put him in slot 1 unless he's in standby. So I feel like that makes a big difference for me, especially now that we're getting like bosses that lock you. Because I can't even count the amount of times I use Gohan. He gets locked in slot 1 and he's cooked. He kills the run for me if he's not in standby. But if you have him, you put him in slot 3, you float him off, then the next time he comes around, the standby is ready. Now you can throw him in slot 1. Now he's changing orbs. Now he gets his Dragon Balls, and that's an easy tank. He's tanking everything as long as you get orbs in slot 1. And when the standby's done, he's easily dropping, like, I have him at 55%. He's dropped 99 million from me before, like at least 2 or 3 times. Besides that, always 50 million without a crit, 70 million with a crit, 60 million, 80 million. Like, it's just an insane amount of damage. But unfortunately, this game isn't just damage, right? If you're gonna be number 1, you gotta be able to give me slot 1 and slot 2. You gotta be able to give me defense and offense, not just one or the other. But because his offense is so way the fuck up here, and his defense in standby is up here. But the defense regularly, you throw him in slot 2, he does a super, he'll be okay. He'll be alright. But besides that, he's getting clapped. So for that reason, I have my GOAT Kamehameha Gohan in slot 5. And obviously we can't ignore that amazing leader skill, 200% Kamehameha. Damn near every Goku in the game. Damn near every Gohan in the game. He's just a nasty leader, nasty standby. But for that specific reason, he's gonna be in slot number 5. Next up, number 4, who I also believe is actually underrated. I don't fucking know why. Super Saiyan Trio. There is no other unit in the game who buffs characters like these guys, besides Glory Hole. Glory Hole, he's not an LR, but Glory Hole is on it. He's something else. But these 3 are so underrated, and I feel like people just give them a bad rep because they die here and there. They do have a restriction, okay? You need All Out Struggle or Movie Heroes in the same turn. That's not really hard at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, half of these guys are All Out Struggles or Movie Heroes, right? So you can throw Vegeta in there. You could throw Gogeta in there. You could throw Beast Gohan in there. You could throw Orange Piccolo in there. Fuck it, why not? Like, there's so many incredible units that you can use on their team. They have obviously their leader skill, which is Power of Wishes, Super Saiyan, and All Out Struggle, which is a nasty combination, right? And on top of that, they give everyone defense plus 77% for 2 turns. When they first dropped, we were using people out of our ass and making them tank. He makes LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, full power Goku, go crazy. He makes the Cooler Boys, Super Saiyan Cooler Boys, go crazy. He brought up a lot of amazing units and made them even better. And you can't do that with any one of these characters in here. You can't do that shit. You cannot do that with any one of these characters here. So for that reason, they are here. Unfortunately, they do have a standby, okay? They do have a standby, but it's not better than Kamehameha Gohan. So obviously, if I have both of them on my team, I'm using Gohan all day. But their standby is still pretty good. You can throw them in slot 1 early on in boss fights. Obviously, when you get to Goku and Frieza, they're getting cooked. But if you throw him in there with Gohan and Frieza, you throw him in there with even 17, they'll be okay. Once you get to Golden Frieza and up, slot 2, slot 3, you're good. Either way, these guys are kind of like a floater unit, so they're fine, but they can tank in slot 1 in the beginning stages of the fight. So, in my opinion, they do great damage, a lot of supers, a lot of support, they change orbs, and they have a standby. Come on, man. Throw them in top 4, bro. Throw them in top 4. That's why they are a little bit above Kamehameha Gohan. Gohan beats them in attack, but their support is just, it's incredible. Their support is crazy, and we can't ignore that. And their leader skill is really good too. So, at number 3, we gotta throw in the boys, Angel Goku, Angel Vegeta, Tech Gogeta. Alright, Tech Gogeta technically. The reason they're not when they're in their Super Saiyan Gogeta form, they're number 1. In my opinion. When they are in Super Saiyan Gogeta, they're number 1. But before they get there, I can't just ignore the base and just go for transformed. Otherwise, MUI would be higher, right? Maybe AGO Broly would be on this list. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's just a lot of alternatives, right? Jiren, a lot of characters. We gotta base them off everything. These units stack attack the more they do super attacks. They're a great slot 2, slot 3 unit in base. Make them stack up a bunch of attack. When they transform to Gogeta, go fucking crazy. But the problem is they cannot go slot 1. They are only slot 2, slot 3, which is a lot of these characters. That's what I'm saying. Units that are slot 1 are so much more important and impactful because we don't have a lot of amazing slot 1 units in the game. Just like these guys. Once they're in Super Saiyan Gogeta, throw him in slot 1, he's fucking tanking everything. He said, my cheeks are closed for business. No one's coming in here, right? Right here, you know, they're being a little thotties, you know what I'm saying? Right here on these two are like, you know, you could slip it in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Slot 1, they're getting cooked. But if you throw in slot 2, slot 3, they're good. They have a really good transformation condition too. You just have to be above 77% HP, which is not too bad, right? You have a lot of dodge units, you have a lot of tanking units, you'll be okay. Once they transform, throw his ass in slot 1, 15, 20 million super attacks, like 30 million attack stats. He completely nullifies unarmed super attacks like Goku and Frieza. You know what I'm saying? So he's just taking 0 damage from them damn near all the time. Just an incredible unit, but their base is what holds them back a little bit because they cannot be thrown in slot 1. Slot 2, they're gonna tank, they use their super attack, they can tank a super attack. But slot 1, they're getting cooked before Super Gogeta. Once again, once they go Super Gogeta, #1 unit, in my opinion. But since it takes a little bit to get there, they're gonna be a #3. At the #2 spot, we are throwing my GOAT Tech Broly. I love how they designed this unit. Base form, throw him slot 1. Ain't no one touching his cheeks. Glued shut, ain't no one getting in there. So he is going in slot 1 100% of the time in base form. You only get 1 turn where you can do that, but that's fine. Because after that, once he transforms into Super Saiyan, still throw his ass in slot 1, bruh. He gives you defense, he gives you fucking a million attack stat. He'll give you like 20 million, 30 million, 40 million attack stats. Bro, go fucking crazy, man. I love this Broly, bro. Turn 1, you can't clap my cheeks. Turn 2, let me transform and show you what's up. I'm coming for your cheeks now, baby. That's what this man does right here. Transforms, and he's on a lot of great teams, and he leads an amazing team. 200% movie bosses, bro. All the Brolys, Janemba, right? Cell Max got an amazing squad. Wait, is Tech Beerus on there? Yeah, right? Yeah, I think Tech Beerus is on there. Yeah, I think so. So Tech Beerus is also on there, you know what I'm saying? He's a TUR, but you know, he's still pretty good. So, Broly, #2. Some even argue #1. I'm not even mad at that, bro, for real. But the only reason why he's not #1 is because he doesn't have a team protector mechanic, right? Stupid damage, great tank, right? He also has the active skill which fully turns him up all the way to 24 key, and he gets like an attack and defense buff. I don't remember how much, but point is he starts hitting like a fucking truck already more than he does when he uses the active skill, and he crushes his dad in the little fucking space pod, right? So for that reason, Broly is going to be at #2, both in base and transform. He's a monster. And finally, at #1, I told y'all I'm a Gohan glazer, but rightfully so. I'm throwing Beast Gohan up here. The reason for that is because there is no transformation, there's no bullshit. Not saying Broly's bullshit. His base is amazing, his transformation is even better. But you know, some people have, you know, whatever. Anyways, Beast Gohan gives everyone ki. Stacks damn near for the whole fucking fight. You throw him in slot 1, he's taking damage. Ki is not a problem for your team as long as Gohan is on there, because every time he gets hit, he's giving everyone ki. Especially for LRs, bro, that need a ton of ki, you know what I'm saying? Or TURs, like, I don't know, like Super Easy A, Ultimate Gohan, he starts off with like 6 fucking ki. And with Gohan, with Beast Gohan in there, he's stacking him up all the way to the top. Beast Gohan gives everyone ki. He stacks attack, he stacks defense, he does great damage, and you cannot kill him. Obviously, as the fight goes on, long fights like Goku and Frieza, but he also has an active skill. So in the dodge canceling fights, right? In the fights where they lock you in slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. If he gets locked in slot 1, you're good. Either way, you're fine because he's gonna tank. And even later on in the fight, when he's a little more squishy, pop that active skill. He taunts and he tanks everything. He tanks supers, he tanks every fucking attack in the game. And your characters that might be a little more squishy are gonna be safe because he's protecting them. He's holding them in his hand. Said, I got y'all, bro, I'm right here. Damage, defense, no transformation, just straight to the point. Turn 1, he's good. All the way up until, once you get to like fucking turn 6 or 7, I think, he gets a little more squishy. throw his ass in slot 2, still does great damage, and he's still fucking stacking. Know what I'm saying? And if you're a little scared, I don't know, man, you know, I'm scared of this Gohan, he's gonna get clapped. Throw on that active skill. Money, and he's fine, bro. And on top of that, he also has a unit super attack, which I believe, what does it do? Where is it? Oh, here it is. I knew I was tripping. Greatly raises attack, raises defense for 4 turns, raises allies' chance of performing a crit for 20%, so he gives everyone a crit chance, assuming you have an orange Piccolo, right? If you're running Glory Hole's team, you throw Beast Gohan and Piccolo on there, not only are they getting the buff from Glory Hole, but Beast Gohan will then give everyone a chance of performing a critical hit by 20% for a turn, and he disables an enemy's attack 1 time within that turn. 1 time. But that makes a difference whether or not you get supered by Goku and Frieza, or supered by Kid Buu, or supered by Bulma. You know what I'm saying? That makes a difference, bro. And he leads Bond of Master and Disciple, Miraculous Awakening, and he leads, what is it? I believe Superheroes. Come on, man. That team is nasty. And it's a Gohan. He has incredible links, bro. Like, man, overall, like I said, this game is in an amazing place with amazing units, and I can see a lot of these units in the honorable mentions cracking the top 10. I could see, you know, maybe you have Tech Broly in number 1. I feel that. Maybe you have Tech Gogeta in number 1. I feel that. Maybe you have fucking Gotenks in number 1. I don't feel that. Top 3 maybe. Top 3 maybe. But again, this is my personal opinion. There are a lot of units. LR Bulma could have also been an honorable mention, you know what I'm saying? But she's just, nowadays, she has great support, don't get me wrong. But nowadays, just a little more squishy. She's a little more vulnerable to getting clapped. So, for that reason, this is my top 10 full LR tier list with my honorable mentions. I will be doing a full Carnival LR tier list, a Dokkan Fest exclusive LR tier list, and a Yellow Coin tier list. Before that, TUR tier list, straight up TUR. No Super Easy A, no Easy A, none of that bullshit. Top 10 TURs, who are the best fucking TURs in the game? I'm making that, I got y'all, don't worry, because I haven't seen one on YouTube. I'm gonna be the first one, I got y'all, baby. So, anyways, hope this helped you guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you have any, you know, opinions, you disagree with me, fucking drop that shit in the comments, bro. I love it, I love it. I want to hear it, I want your opinions, I want your, you know, perspective. I love to see it. But anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. As always, stay swaggy, stay blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one.